All right, it's Nashville town where the action is.
The windshield wipers snapping out of tempo, keeping perfect rhythm with the song on the radio.
And now, with a slight voice change, here's the news.
Change the dial on the radio.
Yes, ma'am. This is Mr. Dees. Are there any messages for me?
6:41 right now, Michael O'Shea.
Sleeping with the radio on.
Mr. Fastnack is the owner of the radio station.
And I'm the #1 DJ.
You turn me on like a radio.
Open-TnRHOF 1240 right now. Welcome into the first hour of Radio Good Guy. Bill Relencho from now until midnight tonight.
John, honey, way down south. That's a little sunny, by the way.
4:15, WKGN now time.
Got his mouth organ working there, too, you know.
Gone down the old man with a transistor radio. We used to sing.
When people hear me describing it over the radio, they are going to remember.
When I was young, I'd listen to the radio, waiting for my favorite song.
10:30 this after 11 o'clock in the morning. The Bill Scott Show on the air in your ear till 1.
I am the morning DJ at WOLD.
Good morning, Luther.
Good morning. One of our listeners has lost a pit bull.
John R. and the Wolfman kept me company by the light of the radio by my bed.
I am a hunter, just too crazy for words. After 2 a.m.
Head down! Don't you know that's it? Gotta go, gotta get, gotta split. It's been fun. I gotta run. Yeah, I do. We'll see you somewhere down the line.
Town to town, up and down the dial.
Sounded really loud. You said it really loud on the radio. Whoa, on the radio. Whoa, on the radio. Whoa, on the radio. Whoa, on the radio.
From Mountain City to Memphis, the great state of Tennessee covers just over 42,000 square miles. And all across the volunteer state, Tennesseans have their choice of 442 different radio stations. Tonight, we honor the best of the best. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, Tennessee's broadcasters have informed, educated, entertained, protected, and above all, served their respective communities. And now it's time to give them the honors they so richly deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 Induction Banquet for the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2014 induction ceremonies for the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. Like many of you, I was born and raised right here in the great volunteer state of Tennessee. And also, like many of you, I fell in love with radio at a very, very young age. It totally fascinated me that you could talk into one of these and folks could hear you at the other end of a radio speaker. I spent several years on the air in Jackson and then Memphis, where I developed lifelong friendships with the likes of Hugh Jarrett, with whom I worked at WDXI in Jackson. Of course, Hugh went on to a great radio career, and prior to that, he sang with the Jordanaires. There was Bill Gillian at WHBQ, who went on to CBS staff in New York. Dewey Phillips, the first DJ to play an Elvis record. Jack Parnell, Dick Covington, I worked with them at WHBQ. And of course, the great Bob Neal, terrific morning man at WMPS, who later managed and booked names like Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and the one and only Elvis. I happened to be at WHBQ Radio the night Sam Phillips walked in with the very first Elvis record, That's All Right Mama and Blue Moon in Kentucky. I met Elvis that night, and we became lifelong friends until the day he died. All the names I've mentioned, even the singers to a degree, had something in common. We all loved the radio. And that same common bond holds true for everybody in this room tonight. We loved the magic radio could bring, what the radio could mean to us, how the radio would keep us company during dark times, and how it could make even great moments even brighter. Here tonight in this room are several members of the National Radio Hall of Fame, plus the longest running broadcaster in history. Ours is a rich heritage, no doubt about it. And tonight we gather to add several more individuals to an ever-growing list and to celebrate their place in broadcast history. And as one of the first inductees into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame 3 years ago, I got to tell you, it's an honor and a humbling experience you will never forget. I'm going to be back later to talk about one of my hometown favorites you're inducting tonight. Right now, let's crank it up and get started. Please join me in welcoming our master and mistress of ceremonies for the evening, Lorianne Crook and Charlie Chase.